Okay, so this animal is ready to paper mache. You can see that everything has been covered. I don't see any wire. They have all of the like forms that they need. They have his feet, his wings, his beak, okay? And everything's pretty much in proportion to what he should look like. Okay, so what we're going to do is paper mache. There's some glue that's going to be at all of the tables that you can use. You can use a paintbrush with this if you don't want to get as much of it on your hands. But we're going to take newspaper. I feel like it looks better and really this goes pretty fast. Let me show you. If you just tear the newspaper, newspaper has a grain to it, and so it's going to tear really well vertically, okay? And so it's really easy to go ahead and just tear this into sections, okay, and to make those really fast, okay? It's not going to tear very well this way, okay? Like if you try to go this direction, the grain doesn't let you do that very easily. If you were really slow, it probably would. But this, you can just, I mean, rip this whole thing in a very small amount of time, okay? The nice thing about when you tear this is the edge of it is kind of like feathered out, and so the edge is thinner, and so when you put this on the form, it seems like it hides the strips better. You don't see the strips as much, and so I think it's almost easier just to do this. I would go ahead and rip these in half and get these into smaller pieces, but this is really all I want you to tear up until they are all gone. Okay, like this is like, that's quite a bit of newspaper. Some of them are a little bit bigger, some of them are a little smaller. We don't want anything bigger than an inch, and really even like places like this, you would need things that were smaller than an inch, okay, because you have smaller sections to paper mache. So I would tear up what you need, and then at the end of the hour, whatever is left of this, if you have something left, goes in the trash, okay, and especially if it's sticky. If you have glue that dripped on top of this, put it in the trash, okay, because I don't want it stuck to the floor, stuck to the table, stuck to the bins. If you had a little bit that was clean, then you could put it in your tote tray and use it tomorrow. Okay, but most of the time, this stuff just needs thrown away, and we can't just rake this onto the floor. Okay, so I'm going to show you real fast. So I'm going to put this in. You could use a paintbrush like I talked about. I feel like it's easier just to dip this in. You dip this in, wipe this off, and then you're going to go ahead and put this on top of your form. This is a lot harder to paper mache because it's got lots of shapes to it. And so you've got to make sure that when you put these pieces on, that you don't create things like puckers. Do you see, like this would make him not look like him. Okay, if you just left these pieces on here that weren't pulled. Same thing, like if you did a piece here and, you know, you wrap it around that, you're losing all of this detail in his arm. Do we see that? Okay, I don't see everybody looking at the board, so it's hard to believe. Okay, so if something doesn't want to sit right, you can take this off, okay, throw that away. But you also, when we put this on, it's best if you crisscross things as much as you can, like you go lots of different directions, because that's going to kind of weave this together and make this stronger. Okay, so take the glue, make sure you smash this down. I wouldn't try and do like long pieces and wrap them around. You just need a short piece to get those to stick. Guess it is. Okay, so we'll continue to do this. Just press these down, smooth this out. The tables will need wiped down because this is glue. And then think about smaller places on your animal will probably need smaller pieces of paper mache. So a piece like this is probably better for the beak than a really big piece. Okay, so we're going to continue to work on that, get it all covered up. We're using newspaper right now. Eventually we will switch to newsprint to cover that up, okay? But crisscross lots of layers and only rip up the paper that you are going to need for that day, okay? We don't need like mountains of this.